Hey, this is Parker with Route4Me. Who do we have?
Hi Parker, my name is Steven. How's it going today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I was referred to you by a friend. I have 15 drivers, and I have someone that handles kind of the drivers and takes care of them. And
Mhm.
I need to find a software that can kind of handle our business. I heard you guys are the best in the business.
Yeah, so sounds great. So you've got 15 drivers. Sounds like one dispatcher there in the office that's creating the routes and giving them to the drivers. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Great. Um, well, why don't I just show you how to go ahead and set that up? You know, while I'm doing that, can you see my screen just to make sure?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we're going to go over to the team tab and I'll log in. And while I'm doing that, we'll just go ahead and log in here. Route4Me, we've been around, just so you know, since 2009, and we serve lots and lots of customers. We've been used by hundreds and actually thousands of delivery businesses since then, and we've got 1 million+ downloads on our mobile app. So we've been around a while. We should be able to help. So what I'm going to do is I'm logged into our system here. All you have to do to get set up is just go ahead to the team tab, which is right here, and go to your users. And basically, all we're going to do is add a user. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. With our business plan, it allows you to add up to 100 users. You get unlimited routes with advanced constraints as well. So really, you can add as many. I know you only have 15, but if you have guys that come in and out, anything like that, shouldn't be a problem at all. So all we have to do is click Add Subuser, and um, basically just add their information: first name, last name, email address, password, and set their user type so that we have different user types. For example, we've got drivers, um, we've got dispatchers, we've got for example, a route planner, a driver, an analyst. So you can set anyone up however you like, and then set up different user roles. Does that make sense?
Yep, that would definitely make sense.
Yeah, so you just set up your drivers and go for it from there. So what other what other questions or
Yeah,
issues maybe
so
do you
I
have?
uh,
Yeah.
I have an issue that I am hoping to resolve. I have 15 drivers, and sometimes they're not doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. That's why I hired, as you call it, a dispatcher. And my dispatcher is keeping them in check, but I really want to give her more to succeed with.
Okay. Yeah, so uh, pretty straightforward. Route for me can definitely help save some time and money with optimized routes. So we can plan what we call a multiple drivers route, and just kind of show you how to do that. So let me just grab a file here, and we'll go ahead and see here. Okay, great. I'll go ahead and show you and explain how the system can optimize the addresses for all the drivers with just one single upload from a spreadsheet file. And the system will then tell you how many drivers you need for an optimal visitation sequence. So you can get new business if drivers are underworked. You can grow your business, with the existing workforce. So that's a big plus there. So why don't I just go ahead and plan a route and show you that. So any questions so far?
Nope, that sounds great. Love to see
Okay.
it.
So I click on routes, I click on plan new route, a couple of options come up. So really we're going to upload a file, but of course if you ever just need to copy and paste or manually enter addresses, or you can import data from a Google spreadsheet file or anything like that. Um, Pretty much if you have your data sitting somewhere, we can pretty much get to it. We've got a Zapier integration as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload this file. Before I do, we want to set our settings up, so I can call this, Wednesday, 15th of February, or if it's for tomorrow, I can put in tomorrow's date, or I can name it whatever I want. And then I can schedule the start date, the start time, and then the service time per stop. Now, the service time is the time spent at each location. So that's the actual time spent. So we can actually change this if we want to change it to 30 minutes, for example. So I just type in 30 minutes. And if you have individual service times at each stop, so maybe one stop's 15 minutes, maybe one stop's 60 minutes, you can do that in the file. So our system can handle that as well. Does that make sense?
Yep, that definitely makes sense.
Cool. Okay, so the optimization method, probably what you want to use is the multiple drivers route. It's really basically, instead of us saying, hey, split this into 5 routes or create one single route at a time, we want to feed the data into the system to get a really accurate reflection of how many drivers we should have, not how many we actually have sitting there. Because the system's going to do the work for us. So in this case, we type in 99. We can type in 99 here. We can type in 15. But again, if I type in 99, it doesn't matter. The point is I'm putting in all of the data, like the maximum route duration of 8 hours. So no route can be greater than 8 hours. I've got the service time in there at each stop. It's going to be 30 minutes at each stop. The system is going to calculate for us all of the different drive times between the stops and the most efficient times. If I have time windows, like I have to be at a certain location between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., I'm feeding in that data, and the system will take all of this data and using this optimization method called multiple drivers route, it will come back to us and say, okay, great. Given all of this data, I'll create the fewest number of routes for you. So it may only create 12 routes for you. It may only create 10. It may only create 14. And that's where you see a lot of savings, both on labor and obviously you can grow your business, because you can actually service more clients with your existing resources. Does that make sense?
Yep, sure does.
Yeah. And if you have advanced constraints, you can see you can put in advanced constraints and anything like that. So, okay, so let's just plan this route real quick. I'll throw this file in, and I'll drop a file in here. And you can see everything's kind of coming up here. We've got a few different special things in here. We're going to leave those as custom. We can see that it's contact ID, group, alias is what we use to determine a location. Address, if we scroll over, we've got all of the different information. You can see we've even got, in this one, we do have latitude and longitude already, but our system will find that for you if needed. Time windows, if we need any of those. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we can kind of review it there to make sure everything matches up appropriately. And if we have custom data, we've got 86 points on the map. Went ahead and find them, click Finish Import, and now the system just goes to work. So 86 points on a map, it's quite a few. You may have a lot more. You may have, a little bit fewer. Our system is pretty quick. I tell people, with just 8 points on a map, there's over 5,000 different possible variations. And our system is very, very quick at determining what is the best variation. So you can see very quickly here, the system created the routes, and we only need 7 routes to accomplish all of these stops. So that's it. It shows, the list here of the routes themselves. It shows a map view, which looks a little cluttered with all these routes on there, but then it also shows a timeline view. So if we want to unclutter it a little bit, we can always uncheck one of these routes and take them off or zoom in on the routes, anything like that. So that's it. They're all optimized. All we have to do now is assign them to a user, assign them to a driver, and we're good to go. We're done. That's
Great.
fast.
Yeah, so my dispatcher could see all the drivers on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically all the dispatcher has to do at this point is just assign a user. So assigns it to a driver and say, hey, oh, okay, this is going to be for driver two. Click apply, and once they apply that route, it then basically is able the driver is able to bring up bring up that bring up that route on their mobile device, either Android or iPad or iPhone. So as soon as they do that, they'll be able to see the driver. So you can, click on tracking, click on users. You may not actually see any on this one just because they're not actually available. Let me show you a tracked route. We'll go over that. We'll go to our routes list, and we'll just go to a sample route here. And basically, we can turn tracking on. We can see users live on a map, so they start pinging away. You can kind of see them right here pinging away, the little blue truck icon. And if you want to see their information, you can click on their route and say, "Hey, let's go ahead and see the right time frame." It'll show the breadcrumbs of where they were. So the green route is the planned route, and the blue route is the little breadcrumbs where the device, is checking in. They're using the device obviously because that's their manifest. They're knowing which sequence to go to, getting directions from it, being able to add notes, see notes, anything like that. But basically, the device checks in and leaves a little breadcrumb trail, and we connect the dots. So you can see the driver went a little bit off course there, and yeah, so you see all the breadcrumbs. So you can definitely see your dispatcher can see exactly where they are. You can see where they are. You can log in even from your home computer, or if you're on the beach and got a little Wi-Fi, or got a 3G or 4G connection on your computer, you can just go ahead and log in and see where your drivers are at.
Great, that would be very helpful. Now, for my dispatcher, how would she learn about all this? Do you guys offer any training sessions?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. We offer free onboarding. So we offer absolutely free onboarding and training. So basically, that's very simple. We want to make sure to sit down, with you and your team. If we need to do multiple sessions, we can. Typically, we find people learn it very quickly just by doing. But we want to be there for you to help set you up and get you up and running. So we schedule that after purchase, and then after that, we've got support available. We've got live chat. We've got phone. So we've got an entire knowledge base and manuals. So if I click on the support page, we can start a live chat. I can literally start a live chat right now. I can submit a case if there's ever any issues, whatsoever. I say, hey, there's an issue. What is the kind of issue? If there's anything like that, we're always trying to kind of help solve the problem. There's different videos we have, but of course, if you submit a case, our support team's going to be there. So, yeah, absolutely. We've got not only training and onboarding and support, but we're going to be there for you if ever there's an issue that comes up in the future.
Great, Parker. My last question is, are you guys updating at all? Am I going to be seeing new features that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to have to learn?
Oh yeah, we're always doing something. So typically we have a few customers that come on, or customers that we have who say, hey, we really need this feature, and so we just kind of a lot of times we'll test with them first, or we'll test in-house, and then we'll test with them, and then we'll roll it out. So I mean, everything you see is actually a part of that process because we've actually started in 2009 just with a simple mobile app. At that time, we could only optimize 10 stops at a time. Now we can do 1,000. We're working on, seeing if we can do up to 25,000 at a time. So, for example, one of our newer features, if I just go into one of these routes, I think we just created this route. If we want at any time, you can see there's an activity feed here. If I click on this little text message button, if I send a message, I can say, hey, give me a call when you have a chance. So this will actually send an in-app notification. So basically this will pop up on the driver's mobile device, and it's basically a little text message that you can send them. And so, instead of like looking for your driver's, numbers, texting them, pulling out your phone, whatever it is, it's all on one screen, super easy to use. So you can very quickly. And that's just one little thing. That's actually kind of getting, uh, you know, continually developed. I would say that that's not completely finished, but it's a working version. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we're continually working on, from integrations with other providers to custom developments and things like that. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, awesome there, Parker. I think you answered pretty much all my questions. I'm gonna need to get with my dispatcher and have her schedule a meeting. I'm currently on my 7-day trial, but it looks like we want to proceed forward.
Great, great. Yeah, if you have any issues at all, just reach out to us. I showed you the support channel. Call us live chat. Find an answer, and click on find an answer if you want to ever look through any of our articles. Getting started, switching, planning your routes, anything like that. You can kind of see, hey, there's an article. For example, we went over multiple drivers route, but it's all here as well. So everything's searchable as well if you want to do a quick search. But yeah, we're happy to help. Thank you so much, Stephen. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.